Did you call bank? I called game.
Video was made possible and sponsored by MMOCS. Buy cheap NBA 2K MT at MMOCS.com. Use my promo code PACG and you can get a 5% discount. What is up, Pack Nation? It is Pack here, and we would not be close to the release of NBA 2K19 without a proper roster update video. But this isn't exactly a roster update video. I'm comparing the roster from NBA 2K18 with NBA 2K19's leaked starter ratings, and that's the closest thing we got right now. So this isn't exactly the first roster update, this is just the first roster review comparison. Yeah, a couple things. I'm not going to talk about rookies because I've already talked about rookie ratings before, and I'm also not going to talk about any of the trades because I talked about those forever ago. So this is just pure rating changes. Let's get that started. Wait, actually, hold on. I can't just jump into ratings because you know why? I had that giveaway, and I know you're like, Pack, you told me about this giveaway like 50 times. I'm gonna tell you one more time. You know why? Because it ends in 3 days, and if you want to win NBA 2K19 for free, all you have to do, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter, and then tweet at me done. Once you do that, man, I will put you in a randomizer, and you could win NBA 2K19 for free. So if you're like, bro, look at, I got $3. Then I got you. As you already know, I go team by team, and we start with the first team, and that is the Philadelphia 76ers. So the biggest change was Ben Simmons. In NBA 2K18, he is an 85 overall. Now in 2K19, they gave him a +2 at an 87 overall. Also, JJ Redick and Dario Saric both lose one, and so they're now out of the 80 overall club. That's lame. What's the reason they did it? I honestly can't tell you because JJ Redick had a great season, Dario Saric had a great season. No clue why they changed it. Now the next one is I'm gonna tell you right now, they get some like pretty crazy rating changes. For example, Eric Bledsoe from an 84 overall to an 81. Now, I'm not saying that Eric Bledsoe was doing bad, but he was not doing as good as he used to. So I guess I understand, but it's kind of an aggressive rating drop, but still 81 overall now, Eric Bledsoe, kind of crazy. And also former Bucks player, now Bull, Jabari Parker is supposed to be the best player on the Chicago Bulls, but now he's not because they lowered him a 3 overall to an 81 overall. And now Larry Markkanen, they give him a +3, so he's an 82 overall. So now Larry is the best player on the Bulls, and then it's Jabari Parker. That's crazy that they did that. For the Cavs, there actually isn't that crazy amount of rating changes. I guess the most important one is Kevin Love. He's an 87 overall in 2K18, and now they removed 1 overall, so he's an 86. And honestly, it doesn't make sense to me because now that LeBron left, he's going to get even more points and rebounds. So he should technically be going up, but whatever. The Celtics got some really important rating changes, but the most important ones is Jason Tatum, as you already heard, got that 5 overall difference from an 82 now to an 87. That is officially the most controversial rating right now in 2K19. People think that he is way too high of a rating. I personally believe he is a little too high. I think he should be like an 85, but I mean, would you really say Al Horford's better than Jason Tatum? And it's like, well, yes and no. And it's like, I don't know, man. That's kind of a hard one, but that's the most controversial one. We'll find out later on in the season. And then Jaylen Brown goes from an 81 to an 84. 100% agree with that. Jaylen Brown's a baller. I agree. So this team of the Celtics, 80 overall constantly, has so many players. That's really good for them. For the Clippers, Avery Bradley gets dropped from an 80 to a 77. That's a huge decrease. I know that he didn't do as good as he was with the Celtics, but man, wasn't he like injured? It's probably why like they dropped it. And then Tobias Harris also loses 3, so he's now an 82 overall. And I believe that Lou Williams will be the best player. I don't know his rating yet, but he probably will be. For the Grizzlies, the biggest one is Mike Conley from an 85 now to an 83 overall. I believe now he's worse than Marc Gasol. Sucks. For the Hawks, Taurean Prince goes down 1 to a 78, and John Collins goes up 1 to a 79. So guess what? John Collins is now the best player on the Hawks, not Taurean Prince. For the Miami Heat, Goran Dragic goes +2 to an 82 to an 84. Hassan Whiteside is still the better player rating wise, but Goran Dragic going up. And then it was rumored that he's going to get traded, so I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there. The only change I could find for the Hornets that really mattered was Kemba Walker going +1 to an 86 overall. I mean, I don't see why wouldn't, especially because he just lost Dwight Howard. I don't see why he wouldn't be going up. One that I'm a big fan of, Donovan Mitchell, from an 84 now to an 87, a +3. I am 100% down with that. Absolutely deserves it. Donovan Mitchell is a baller. Absolutely. So now for the Kings, as you can imagine, there isn't a lot of things to talk about with the Kings, but who is supposed to be the best player on the team, Buddy Hield, from an 80 overall now to a 79 overall. So now he's tied with Willie Cauley-Stein as best player, but we also don't know what Zach Randolph's rating is, so honestly, I don't know who's the best player on this team. So this one I'm personally upset with. I don't understand why they did it. Enes Kanter, I know it's biased because I like the Knicks, I'm a fan, but I personally think that this is completely wrong. From an 83 overall to a 79. They drop him from the 80 overall club. I know that his defense is not great, but this guy is a hustler. This dude is an amazing post scorer, one of the best rebounders in the NBA. I don't think he should have ever changed from an 83 overall. I think that's the perfect rating for him, but they decided to drop him to a 79, and this is while Porzingis is going to be injured. So they're literally just going to change it back to an 83 when the season starts happening. Also, Mario Hezonja goes from a 78 to a 76. I don't know enough about Mario. We'll find out about him. Y'all already know about this one, King James. From a 97 now to a 98 plus 1. Best player in the NBA. We already knew that. And the big one that I think I kind of predicted, Brandon Ingram goes up also from an 80 to an 82. So clearly the second best player on this team. So LeBron James, second hand man right here. For the Magic, the only important one is Aaron Gordon from an 81 to an 82, a plus 1 for Aaron Gordon. The Dallas Mavericks, Dennis Smith Jr. goes down 1. And I don't know why, to a 76 overall. I don't know why they did that. I feel like he's been playing good. He's crazy athletic. I feel like he's only going to go up because he's young, but we'll see. One that I'm happy with is Jarrett Allen for the Nets. Dude is a 75 overall, goes plus 3 to a 78, and I absolutely agree. He's a young talent, a great center, and is going to be even better throughout the season. I have to believe he's going to be one of the most improved players next season. But that's Pat Gaming's wild prediction, your boy. For the Nuggets, not really anything crazy. Paul Millsap from an 83 now to an 82. Literally just because he had mostly an injured season. So he kind of dropped off because he was injured. I'm sure he'll be fine. Next is Darren Collision. I'm kidding. I know it's Darren Collison. From an 80, drops off from the 80 overall club to a 79. Again, I don't really understand why. I feel like he's fine, but whatever. Anthony Davis from a 93 to a 94. I don't know why Anthony Davis would be anything besides a 94 at any situation. So of course I get why he's a 94, but they dropped Drew Holiday to an 85 instead of an 86, and he did so good in the playoffs, and he's so good at scoring and defending. I don't know why they did that. Blake Griffin goes up 1 to an 85 to an 86. Sure. Kawhi goes down, and I understand that because last season he was injured and he underperformed when he did play because he was injured. So of course they're gonna drop him by 1. The next one is Jonas Valanciunas from an 85 to an 82. They did drop him off because he did not do great in the playoffs. I know he did okay, but he didn't do great, and so they dropped him to an 82. I like it when he's good, but I get that he's not doing as good as usual. For the Rockets, important drops here. Clint Capella to an 84 from an 86. Again, even though he didn't do amazing in the conference finals, he didn't do awful. He played good defense. He rebounded. I don't know why they dropped him. I feel like they made a statement in saying, this is what 2K did. They made a statement saying, we believe Clint Capella is underrated and very good. And then when the moment when everyone's like, yeah, we kind of get it, they're like, never mind. That's what they just did. And then my boy Melo leaves the 80 overall club for the first time ever, now a 79 overall, and it breaks my heart. The Spurs got a lot of rating changes, honestly. DeJounte Murray, all-team second defense, from a 75 to a 78, a plus 3 for him. That is awesome, and I hope he does even better. They dropped Rudy Gay from an 80 to a 78, even though I think 80 was correct for him, especially how he did a little better in the playoffs. My voice cracked there. I think he should have stayed at the 80, but whatever. And then LaMarcus Aldridge goes down from an 89 to an 88, making DeMar DeRozan the best player on the team rating wise. Devin Booker goes plus 1 because they felt like it. Paul George also goes plus 1. I guess because now that Melo's leaving, he's going to get even more touches, so they're assuming that his rating is going to go up, so sure. And he's a great defender, let's be real. Karl Anthony Towns plus 1 as an, oh gosh. Karl Anthony Towns now a plus 191 overall, making him easily the best player on the team. Both CJ McCollum and Al-Farouq Amino plus 2, so CJ is an 87 and Al-Farouq Amino is a 76. So this is kind of an important one. Curry and KD were tied almost the entire season in 2K18. Now in 2K19, they have KD as a 97 and Curry as a 95. The obvious reason is because Kevin Durant went beast mode in the finals. But whatever, that's doesn't matter. Either way, they're officially saying now that they believe that KD is better than Curry, and I don't think there's a lot of people in the NBA, or at least NBA fans, that will disagree with that. And finally, Dwight Howard, from an 85 to an 81, and again, another one that I think is disrespectful. Dwight Howard has one of his best seasons in a long time with the Hornets, does great with the Hornets, and then guess what they do? They drop him 4 overalls when he's on the Wizards. That's actually crazy, and I don't get why they did it. I have a gut feeling he'll probably change that rating, but jeez, I mean, they dropped him hardcore for no good reason. And that is it for this video, you guys. What do you guys think about these ratings? Leave them in the comments below, and if you like my channel, give it a sub. If you want to hear about all these roster updates all the time, I'm your boy. See you guys next time.
Did you call back?